We can all take a breath. That was eventful. Who would like to kick us off? Helen, I thought you might.
Can I just say Alicia Thompson again? I think I asked you about her before, but can you talk about her? She's sort of electric, really. Basically. She feels like an unfair advantage.
Yeah, I'm glad she's playing for us, for Chelsea, and for me as a manager. Of course, you could see how much talent she has and the quality she brings into a team. I think she's improving game after game, being more connected to her teammates, understanding better the way we want to play. And yeah, I think that's good. She had a good game again today, and having a player like her in the team helps a lot.
It's amazing as well, you've got that ability to swap your wing backs and just go up another gear, basically.
Yeah, that's also the way I feel. I'm lucky enough to have depth in the squad, but also to have different profiles in the team who make me make different decisions depending on the games, depending on what we want to achieve. But luckily, I have players who are smart enough to understand how to play in different ways, and yeah, they can play different positions without making a big change. So that's good, because when you talk about being unpredictable for the opposition, I think that's a big advantage coming into the women's game today.
Just a quick one. What did you think of the refereeing today?
Difficult to make comments, because from the dugout you can't see the same as they can see on the pitch. I probably understand Arsenal frustration, but I don't want to make any comments. I'm not the referee, and I was too far to make a really good comment. I didn't watch the game again, so probably I need to watch the game again.
Good political answer.
Yeah, in English.
Thanks, Helen.
Hi, Sonia. Nearly forgot with all the drama going on, but can I just check on Aggie? Is she all right? She wasn't in the squad.
Yeah, I haven't said anything before the game, as you will understand why. But yeah, Aggie played the London City game last weekend. She was fine, but after the game, she didn't really recover the way we wanted to from her dead leg. So she has basically a collection of blood in her leg, and yeah, she can't bend her knee the right way. So this is why we didn't want to take any risk with her today.
When would you expect her to be back? Are you expecting her back for midweek, or will that be too soon?
We still have a chance for the midweek game, probably more on the next weekend against Liverpool.
Can I just ask quickly as well, what sort of the refereeing aside, it felt like your team could have avoided a lot of that drama at the end by taking your chances in the first half. We've spoken a lot about being clinical this season. Is that something you'll reflect with them?
Yeah, I think I need to watch the game again, but just trying to analyze just after the game, I think we created some really good opportunities again in the game earlier on the game. I think we had one post, one crossbar, and probably being more clinical in this type of games where the level is high and there are fine margins. It's the most important thing. So not being able to score the second goal, I think you just keep the opposition alive, and you know the quality Arsenal has in their squad. So yeah, we came into the second half with we wanted to have more control for sure. We couldn't. I would say maybe we conceded too many situations, but in the same time, when you analyze, I think out of possession we were quite resilient and brave. We stayed as a team, tried to protect the goal, and I think I'm probably more proud of that from the second half from my team, because resilience is something important, and when you want to go far in every competition, that's important not to concede many goals.
Hi Sonia.
Hi.
Not refereeing, but slightly. When it is kind of a game like that and it's a bit stop and start and there's all things going around, how frustrating is it for you as a manager when you can't kind of play the game how you would want it to?
I think that's sometimes also positive to have this kind of breaks, especially when the opposition is trying to make you under pressure. So I would reflect saying, even if we always want the ball to be playing, we want the game to be the best beautiful game, sometimes the breaks brings some positives. So I think for me, it's more like when you have this opportunity, you need to analyze, do we play fast, quick, or do we take the time for the players to get back to their position, for us to be in a better position?
Kit?
Hi. Sony. Another one that is about refereeing, sort of. I know you don't want to comment on the decisions, but you said maybe Arsenal was slightly hard done by on a couple. I think you could say the same about Chelsea, were hard done by a couple of decisions as well. We're all talking about the refereeing. The fans at the end are booing the officials. Is it a shame at all that this is the WSL's big game, us v Chelsea, because there's so much focus on refereeing at the end of it all, rather than the players on the pitch?
I think again, when you analyse the men's game, it happens also for them to have big games, and we talk at the end about the refereeing. It happens. I think people maybe also need to focus on some quality we had from both teams. I think this game is probably one of the most beautiful game in the world. Everyone wants to be involved in this game for many reasons. Two good teams. The atmosphere at the Emirates was great, so it's a really good publicity for the WSL, and I think probably balancing that with the refereeing. Maybe we have some control on that, making sure we just talk more about the game rather than the refereeing.
So would you say there's any solution to stopping us talking about refereeing so much, whether that's VAR?
I think bringing the technology into the women's game would be probably the best call we could make.
Should we go to Tim first and then Jessie? Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hi, Sonia. I'm not going to ask you about the referee.
That's fine.
I was going to ask you about your defensive selection today. I know you've moved between a 3 and a 4 at the back, but Arsenal played against the back 3 last week against Leicester, and they got a lot of joy kind of going around the sides. I wonder how much that influenced your defensive selection today.
I think as you could see, Arsenal is a team who is really comfortable in possession of the ball. They have a lot of technicality. So today my decision was more on trying to have control in the game, in possession of the ball. Probably if we had play back 3, you never know after the game, but if we had play a back 3, we could have been playing most of the game back 5, and I didn't want to have that. I wanted to have more control with matching and having overload in midfield with 3 midfielders and being able to, as you could see, the first half we had some success in build-up when we were able to break their press. I think, we were able after to cause a lot of trouble for them. So I wanted to do that as much as we could. We didn't in the second half, but I think if we were a little bit more consistent in that aspect, we could have been getting a better result.
Jessie, thank you.
You used Nat Bjorn as the right side of centre back and Milius the left side of centre back, and often we see those two the other way around. Can you talk a little bit about why you chose to play them that way around?
I think Nat and Millie, they know each other for a long time now. They have a good connection, good chemistry. I think they can both play both sides, depending on the game. Sometimes I just decide to make Millie on the left and Nat on the right, or the other way around, depending on the defensive aspects, depending on who they are playing against. Sometimes in possession of the ball, with having, I'm not going to give all the details, but some of them being more comfortable in one side or the other one. So that's this type of details who helps me to make the decision.
And you didn't have a shot after the 64th minute, and it was very much all Arsenal, even though for the first hour they Chelsea were the better team.
Yeah.
What do you take away from that last half hour where Chelsea couldn't really get control of the game or get higher up the pitch?
Yeah, I think it's two things. We need to make better decisions when you are defending like this, and when you recover the ball, the first pass you have to make, it has to be the perfect pass for you in terms of technicality, but also making the right decision to keep the ball. I think also being able to hold the ball more under pressure, because when you play a team like Arsenal, sometimes you need to play more direct style of football, find the target up front, and for the target to keep the ball higher up, for the team to get higher on the pitch as well. So these two things helps when you play a team like Arsenal, and probably we have to improve in that aspect.
Catherine?
Hi, Sonia.
Hi.
I just wondered if the Blackstone's goal was disallowed, how quickly you realised it had been disallowed, because it seemed there was quite a lot of confusion from both sets of players, and in the stand it took a while for that message to be filtered through until Hanover's sort of then taken
free kick? I wondered if you've sort of seen it straight away or whether...
Yeah, I have seen straight away because when they scored, I just looked at the referee and I saw from the beginning she was calling offside, and even on the corner kick when they scored, I could see the decision from the beginning. So yeah, I was not on emotions that much.
Any more? Yeah?
I think it's a question more about managerial style. So, like you have a very, very envious problem of obviously Lisa Thompson, Ellie Carpenter, and obviously Sandra Baltimore. How would you be moving on? How would you be managing their expectations in terms of game time throughout the season as you compete on multiple fronts?
Yeah, I think for me it's more for the players to understand, like it's impossible right now in women's game with the physicality, the intensity, for every player to be involved in every game. I think these expectations don't exist anymore. I think when you are in a club like Chelsea, the rotation is crucial. I think for the players to be able to perform in the bigger games, they need sometimes to get some rest, and also for me as a manager, that's important for everyone to understand. If we want to achieve our ambitions, our goals, and if we want to go far in every competition, the rotation is crucial to keep everyone involved, and as we did last season, to achieve our goals with most of players involved in that, because during the season some of them will be performing all through the season, some of them in some important moments, and I think to be able to do that you need to rotate and keep almost everyone happy. But again, that's fine for me when players are unhappy not to start a game, not to play. That's part of our environment, and the most important is to keep the conversations going on.
Yeah, and also like one quick one is on Sam Kerr. I know like obviously it's mentioned that there wasn't any shot up in the 64th minute, but what did you think of her performance coming back in and her overall development?
Yeah, I think Sam is working hard. I think she's doing everything with under control. I think probably she would like to have more minutes with Chelsea, and I understand that. I think we also need to be a little bit more patient. As I already mentioned, she's been out of the game for almost 2 seasons, and it takes sometimes a few time to recover your best level. And we are with her. We are supporting her on the pitch, on training session, and on the games for her to recover the best level she can.
Thank you. We'll finish with Megan.
I'm going to preface this with I'm not very good at, I'm not a tactician, okay, so...
That's fine.
Kira Walsh this season feels like she's really evolved on from last season, but today, especially in the first half, she felt really important in breaking the lines and getting through the press. I just wanted to know kind of how you saw her role in that, or if I'm completely wrong.
No, you're right. I think Kira is an important player for us in that aspect. She's really good holding the ball under pressure, breaking the press. She's smart, she understands, and she reads the game really well. She knows exactly where her position has to be on the pitch, and she plays with the opposition. When I say that, it's more like sometimes when she's making movements, she's trying to attract players to open spaces for her teammates. So that's perfectly what I want to have in my team.